Hi everyone, I hope you had a great week. I kept meaning to get to the Jade and I just had a lot of stuff going on. I want to do a big shout out to Veronica who did my hair before I came up to Sedona. She's down in the Phoenix area and she empowered me to cut my own hair, which I did, which I did today. And so it was a little, it really wasn't really that unnerving, although until I dried it. And so I have curly hair, so it started to pull up and I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to put my hair up. So anyway, that's a first world problem and not a third world problem. And I'm sure everyone probably has cut their own hair, a member of their family's own hair in the midst of all this. And things are more open here now, especially in Sedona and Arizona, but the appointments are pretty backed up. And so anyway, that's where it is. And my dog Oliver is sort of the same way. Hey, if you like the videos and things that I'm sharing, I'm going into the Akashic Records of crystals. I'm actually being encouraged to connect in with God and have a conversation around Pride Month. And so I'm going to do that probably today as well. I don't know. I'll try to get it posted before the end of the month, obviously, but anyway, please like the videos if you like, whatever you like, and share them with friends and like-hearted folks, and also subscribe. And if you hit the bell, then, which is down there somewhere, the subscribe and then the bell button. I'm also, I've been producing some designs for clothing, and so that'll be available as well. I have a storefront that will encourage you to shine your inner light, and then you can share those designs and stuff with family and friends and encourage them, because really that's what all this is about. You know, we incarnated here, we chose to come here, and part of just being here is expressing love and shining our light. So raising our level of vibration not only helps the people around us, but we're all connected, and it's interplanetary connections. I went into the space of the Akasha, the general Akasha, a little over a year ago, because I really wanted to understand why I was here. And that's all. It's very simple. You know, there's not a, we talk about soul purposes, and we certainly have kind of paths and things that excite us, and that's really what you want to move towards. To try to look at stuff around a monetary focus, or something somebody's told you that you should do, or encouraged you to do, that is not going to expand you. So it's really listening to your heart, leaning into things that feel good and moving towards them. And that, even though you may not know where it's taking you, it'll always take you somewhere amazing, and it'll be part of your divine guidance, because most of us are not here. We're connected to these beautiful energies. And I kind of do this a lot, but it's really through ourselves. So going inside when you take time to calm your mind is really huge. So anyway, let's talk about the jade. This is a jade I got in South Africa, and I was actually in a really interesting antique store, and I picked up some really interesting things from the Congo there. And the woman that ran the shop, I wanted to get this jade, and then she's like, you should never buy your own Buddha. And so she gave it to me, which was really kind. But I don't know if you could tell, it's like really beautifully carved. I'll turn it around. So it's laughing. It's a laughing Buddha. And it's got the Buddha belly. My niece had a Buddha belly when she ate when she was little. So I used to play with her belly and stuff. So anyway, it's really cute, right? It's beautiful. So anyway, let's ask, where are you from? The jade and the carving are from China. It's like Guangxi province. I can't. Wansin. It's something like that. Yeah. So anyway, it said I did a good job. I've been to China, but I don't even know if I remember how to ask, where the bathroom is in China, which is normally extended the languages or words I end up learning before I go to a country. So what would you like to share with us? So it's saying that it really is the importance of laughter to our well-being. And it wants me to tell you about a laughter yoga session I did this week with these amazing folks from the Canary Islands. I got connected to them through a friend in Cape Town who's actually living in France now. And there were people on the call from London or the session, and from Johannesburg. And the guy from Johannesburg, he was young, he was really beautiful, and his name is Lovewell. And that's one of the things I love about a lot of the Africans I met, is that their parents give them like a vibrational sort of name. I had not heard of Lovewell. I had heard Love More, and I love saying that because what a beautiful name, to love more, right? But Lovewell is equally beautiful. So anyway, so the laughter yoga, the Buddha, and the Buddha asked me to refer to the Jade as them, as opposed to he or she or it. So I'll refer to them. And they are saying that there's a lot of neuroscience benefits, neuroplasticity sort of science benefits to laughter. And so finding ways to laugh, even if it feels maybe a little contrived, but not like, it's really important to start to get into that space. And then what was really kind of cool to learn is that, and it makes sense to me, is when you set sort of certain intentions or things that you want to experience and things, if you can combine them with laughter, or if you have an experience that you'd like to repeat again at some point, if you can make a point of laughing, if you make a point of laughing, it sort of helps with the wiring, the connection. So it's a very high vibration in spirit to laugh. And so the laughing Buddha reminds us of that. And it's a connection deeper inside with us when we laugh, because especially if we can laugh from our belly, if we can laugh from our diaphragm, from the lower part, it's very medicinal and powerful. And it's something that we can basically control. And that gets back to our thoughts and where we put our attention. Yeah, so it just wants me to remind you to kind of admire the laughter. I don't know if you can see the laughter that it's doing, but it's a beautiful piece of jade. So what else would you like to share with us? So with the stones, and I thank Jane. Jane had asked me to do a channeling with the jade. Stones, it's really about what speaks to you and speaks to your heart. So when you're looking at stones, sit with it, and whether you're looking at them online or in person, and just see, you'll notice, like if you've ever looked at like a bunch of shells or stones, and there's one that catches your eye or a couple that catch your eye, those are the ones that are like sort of meant to be with you. So like you want to spend time with those crystals or stones, or the things that catch your eye and draw you in, right? What else would you like to share with us? So jade is very calming, it's telling me. I don't always remember all the properties of stones, but you can look all these up. Crystal Vaults is one of the older ones that I like online. They have a lot of information. But you'll find what you need to find if you search online for it. They're saying that the jade comes in a lot of different colors, and so the subtleness of the colors also works with different chakras. And again, the stones have the crystalline vibration is in some ways very similar to our crystalline structure. So they really help remind us of sort of our powers, I guess, and connection to source energy and each other. So, and normally you hear like the stone needs to be touching you, but what they're saying too, like with earrings and stuff, as long as they're in your, like they're within a little, fairly close to you, and it's been your intent, because intention is so huge, right? So if your intent is to wear jade earrings and sit with that energy, then that's really beautiful and powerful. So you'll get that when you do that. Yeah, keep stepping into your power. And again, the stones and the crystals help remind us, because they're very similar to us. So they help remind us of those connections. And by changing our vibration, like when we're spending time with stones and stuff, it raises our vibration and our awareness of who we are. And in our cells, we have our memories are stored in our cells. We've got past memories of past lives, current memories of this life, and then future. And then those cells are very connected with energies of even when souls pass. We embodied them in different ways. And I can share more about that at some time, but yeah, so the jade is very calming. And it's also around wealth and abundance. Yeah, sort of like almost like a baby sort of calming energy. So jade's actually a good time. It's a good stone to have right now with everything that's going on, because most of us are a little anxious about the future. And so it's kind of just staying in the present and focusing on our vibration and making those connections is really powerful. So one of the other questions I had was, how can people work through or with you? So they were saying that, they've been sharing that. How else can you work with us or through us? So wearing clothes with the jade in it, keeping the jade close to you. You can kind of get drawn. There's certain stones like that you probably have that you could bring with it, have it with those stones, and it's going to kind of help enhance some of those stones as well, the energies of them. So it's sort of like you think of the Kuan Yin or the Buddha energies and stuff that come through working with jade. You can look up those deities from those periods because they're so loving and full of compassion. They want us to know there's a lot of beautiful history in China, and there's a lot of beautiful people, and there's been some concern, I guess, with the virus and where it came from and things like that, and a lot of negativity can be spread because sometimes we fear the other. So it's reminding me to let you know that there are some amazing people in China, beautiful souls. And so don't take the regime that's there and convey that energy to every, Chinese person, so. And that goes with every group of people. The thing is, we're all the same. We're different, but all the same, which is really beautiful. And so it's keeping an open heart and space for that knowing. And then China has so many beautiful things to offer, if you want to travel there and stuff and to see and experience. And it's a lot of women in leadership positions in China. So there's a lot of things that I think that are sort of misnomers or myths that are out there. So it's reminding me to remind you to always keep an open heart and an open mind with whatever group of people that, you know, any group of people, any religion. Saying you can also rub its head in addition to its belly to make the wish. Because again, it's all about intention. That's sweet. So what else would you like to share today? So the crystals and stones on the planet are supporting us. If you look at some of your jewelry or around your house and things or in the yard, there's all sorts of different types of crystals and stones, and they're beautiful energy to bring into your home or to keep close to you. They're laughing at me because I kind of have an addiction to stones. So they're kind of, you know, they're saying I should kind of warn people that once you go down the path, if you haven't gotten into stones, you could go down a slippery slope. But it's all good. It's always good. Anytime you listen to divine guidance and you listen to your heart and you listen to, you know, what kind of gets you excited or passionate, then that's where you need to move towards. And if it means bringing a bunch of stones into your space, then do it. Do it. So it's wishing you beautiful bounties, lots of love, abundance, well-being. Know that the jade has so many beautiful gifts to offer. And there's all sorts of different colors, again, which can enhance the different chakras. And some may be considered more precious than others, but they're all precious. It's saying, you know, because the things that are precious that's the beliefs or the feelings that you put on things. So, all right. Well, thank you all for checking out my channel and letting me have this conversation with this beautiful Buddha with you. And again, please hit the subscribe button, which is down there. And then there's a bell if you want to be notified. And please like this video if you like it. Let me know what else you'd like me to open. Again, I'm going to go. I did an Akashic conversation with God, and I think I want to do that for Pride Month because that's what I'm being encouraged to do today. And then I'll post that. So the message from God that I did before was very loving, and it was God used a memory I had of my first connection when I realized that God is love, and how important and powerful that was for me as a young woman. So if you have other things you'd like me to open the records of, please leave a comment. Love to connect more with you. Jane, thank you for encouraging me to talk to this beautiful piece of jade. And I hope you have a awesome week ahead. All right, take care.